breaking a record this high when the other guy almost died when he pulled it. We're doing something that no other human has done before.
In the wake of the successful 501 kilo pull, we also saw you challenge Eddie Hall to a boxing match. Why a boxing match?
I think there's just something, there's been tension between me and Eddie Hall, and there's about time to just settle this, and just do it in the ring. Find out. There's a lot of debate, who is stronger, who is better. If you look at the titles, you would know who has won more titles. But that's, people can choose their favorites, but, I always like new challenges. And when Core Sport reached out to me and they offered me this deal, I was excited because I love challenges, new challenges, I already have reached all my goals in strongman. Even though I love the sport, I love competing, I thought to myself, well, this is something that I can dedicate myself for the next year and a half and stay focused, work hard. And just like, I enjoy that. I enjoy working hard, and number one, I'm an athlete. And when it comes to training, I love it. And I love to do all kinds of training, So right now I'm training twice a day, once I'm working on technique and later on I'm doing some footwork or cardio or something, and I'm loving it, I've already lost 16 kilograms in 2 weeks.
That's
2 weeks I lost 16 kilograms,
That's
a lot of That's a lot of weight, but I'm working hard and I'm loving it. I think the main reason why I took this because I'm super excited for the challenge. I know I will get a lot of criticism. A lot of people will like judge us. They will say, "Well, they're not boxers. They will look terrible. They will gas out first round." But what people don't know is, well, firstly, what people should realize is that at least I will work hard and I will make sure that I will come in the best shape of my life, cardio-wise at least, and I will work very hard on my technique, very hard with my cardio. So I can make that promise that I will not gas out first round like many people are predicting.
The lift didn't seem to take that much out of you, but when we saw Eddie Hall pull 500 kilos, for instance, he burst blood vessels in his face and fainted. So why did you cope much better with your world record?
To be honest, stronger. I was probably better. I don't know. He was. To be honest with you, he was probably well prepared. He was always well prepared. You can't pull 500 kilograms unless you're well prepared. But I mean, health plays a big role, as well as, I guess, my lift was easier. It didn't took as much toll on my body. I guess that's the right answer to it. I guess his body just wasn't ready. He had to dig. He has told this before. He had to dig very deep, go into a very dark place to be able to pull that 500 kilograms, and I guess that was what made it so difficult for him to recover afterwards from that lift, because he went so far. I also dig deep, but I guess I was stronger, and yeah, I guess that's the right answer, because to be honest with you, it's hard to say. He didn't look good afterwards. His health was not good afterwards, but mine was. So what's the right answer? Right? I
Mm.
guess my body just reacted better to it, and my body was in a better condition.
A lot of people will be wondering, Thor, because the 501 pull didn't take that much out of your body, why didn't you go beyond that and lift more?
There's always a risk when you pull such a heavy lift. There's always a risk for injury, or we're doing something that no other human has done before. So breaking, a lot of people has, some people have been not happy because I broke just by 1 kilograms. But you guys have to realize that breaking a record this high when the other guy almost died when he pulled it, of course I'm going to be careful and make sure that my body's going to be healthy, and I can just keep on going for more years, train and stay healthy. The health is number one for me. I want to be in this for longer. I enjoy training. I enjoy being in good shape, and so I always try to do the things the right way. I think a lot about my nutrition, a lot about my sleep, recovery, training, So if I can break it by only 1 kilograms and stay healthy afterwards, that's a win for me, and that's the only reason why I did it. I didn't want to risk my health.
This might be too early to ask, but do you have a strategy or plan in mind for getting the better of Eddie in the boxing ring?
Too hard to have any plans now around, the fight is too far ahead, and I haven't really seen too much of Eddie Hall. I will not have any plan until, probably a year from now.
There were quite a few people saying that because your lift was done in your home gym, that it's not legit. So what do you say to those people?
I have no opinion on that. It's okay for people to have their opinion. I know what I did, and I know that this lift is probably more legit than any other lift that has ever been done in strongman ever before. Never in, at least in my, I have been competing now for more than a decade, for 10 years plus, and never have I ever seen promoters weigh each and every single plate to make sure that the weight is exactly it. And it doesn't matter where you do it. Okay, if everybody thinks it's so much easier to do it in your gym, why don't you just go ahead and pull 502 kilograms if it's so easy? Everything was done professionally. We had the world's best referee. I had the federation to back it up. It was live streamed on ESPN, other places as well, and it got more views than any other strongman show in history. To me, this is more legit than any other lift in history of strongman. A lot of people might disagree. That's okay. This is my opinion. They can have their own opinion. I know who will probably mostly disagree, and that's Eddie Hall, because he's desperate to hold his 500 kilogram record, his old record. Even on Wikipedia, you can see that the world record is 501, held by Hafthor Bjornsson. Find yourself a good program, because programming is super important. If you're just going to the gym and just doing something, most likely will not see your results. Number two, you want to have a schedule, have a plan, have a good diet. Number three, you wanna make sure that your sleep is on point, because you can't grow if you don't sleep. So three things: sleep, diet, right programming, and the right technique. Those three things, I would say, are the most important things for people to grow and get stronger.
Obviously, we've spoken about how you're going to come up against Eddie in the boxing ring, but if you were to come up against him in Game of Thrones, how would you get the better of him?
Easy win. Probably to squeeze his eyes out or something. All right. So when you first walk into the gym, bam, you can go to the second floor, or you can go to the store, or you can go to the gym. Here we have a lot of dumbbells. Here's the dumbbell section. Here I have special made dumbbells that I had made for me that no one has lifted except myself. So the lighter dumbbell weighs 129 kilograms, and the heavier one weighs 145. Here's my wife, Kelsey Morgan-Hansen. Here I like to do all my strongman movements, you know. I can run here with a yoke. I can run with farmer's walks. I can run with sandbags. Let's say the favorite equipment is the Rogue Thor bar. It's the Icelandic flag. And this here bench press rack is actually fantastic. You can change this into a squat rack as well. This is super convenient and a great equipment, you know. Here I do my stones when I'm training for, you know, World's Ultimate Strongman, Arnold Classic. I train these stones. Here I have the bar. Since I pulled 501, I put it up here with some of the plates I used, you know. Here's a plate that I used. Here's a plate I used. Here's a plate I used. Here's a plate I used. Autographed deadlift platform where I can, you know, put on weights and do some deadlifts. Here's a rogue rack. Log lift. I can use these and work on my shoulder strength. Here's a nice leg press machine. 2018 champion World Series man. And then let's see the employee of the month, my dad. Hi, Dad.
You can see it on the wall.
Employee of the month. Then you can see my mom. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
Here you can see some trophies. A lot of Guinness World Records, all kinds of cool stuff. When I go from home and come to the gym, I always take food with me. Why is that? Because I'm obsessed. I'm dedicated. I'm motivated. I never can skip a meal. Here, you can see, if I'm thirsty, I have some rain. Here I have steak. This is in a box. I meal prep, put in a box, you know. And here, I have actually sweet potatoes, carrots, and some peppers inside this box. Right now, I'm eating a little bit less rice. I'm eating, you know, more eggs, spinach, vegetables, because I'm trying to lose some weight, you know. I'm trying to get sexy for my wife. My mom is happy with me anyway. She doesn't care if I have a belly or not. Here's my office. This is part of the gym, by the way. I have an office where I come, do my work, do some stuff, you know. When I was nominated for my performance in Game of Thrones, 3 world records that I have since 2017, 17, 18, all. Lastly, I would like to thank all my fans for all the support. And I would like to tell you guys, whatever your dream is, go for it. Focus on yourself, not others. And anything is possible if you put the mind, effort, and work into it.